Hi, guys. Welcome to the second episode of my YouTube channel. First of all, I want to start by introducing my beautiful guest. Say hi. Hi. His name is Molly. My friend invited me on a day out to Motion Gates. It was the day prior my birthday, and we're just walking by, and I see these games, where you have to like play and then like you win some teddy bears and all of that. So it was like a basketball game where like you have to basically throw the ball and you just have to like it has to go in. So the guy gave me like five chances, even though like I have three chances, but he was like, I'm gonna give you five away. In my head, I was like, oh, this is not gonna happen. The first time I like threw the ball, it went inside, and the ball did not go fully in. So like it was stuck in the like circle. So he was like, I can't make you win until it goes in. So I try again the second time, and like I take the ball, and then it actually brought the ball that was already stuck in, and I was like so happy. And then I got him home. I think he stinks a bit now. I need to give him a shower. In this episode, we're gonna talk about different things, learning from your mistakes, growth, and how to like follow your intuition. I've been having a lot of thoughts lately, especially after like this whole year of like a lot of events, and now we're almost at the end of the year. So I feel like a lot of times we as humans put a lot of like pressure on ourselves, especially like when we look at other girls, guys, whatever, on social media. We think that that's how we should be, and we always have like this image. And then this, I feel like, drains us a lot because we're pouring our energy into like someone that already has their life, and God knows what these people are going through already. And a lot of times we make also ourselves feel guilty for our mistakes rather than trying to like learn from them. So I think personally that life should never like be 100% perfect. If you already have everything figured out, then what's the point? Also, it's very important to know that every single person teaches you something about yourself and about them also. I want to talk also about energy. Energy is a topic for me that is very important, and I think it's very overlooked. I was thinking about this the other day. The emotions, at least, that we feel is because of the energy we surround ourselves with. A lot of times you ask yourself, everything is like good in my life and going fine, you're in good health, but you notice that your energy is drained. And I think the people you surround yourself with play a huge role on that. يعني أنا مثلا for example إذا أنا I surround myself the entire time مع عالم كل الوقت they always want to like bring other people down. I'm gonna start talking the same way, speaking the same way, acting the same way. مثلا another example, when you're out with certain people, I say never think about how you're feeling at that moment, because most of the time when you're out with your friends, you're gonna feel like at that moment, oh, you're having the best time and all of that. You're not gonna think about your emotions at that moment. Always see how you feel after you spend time with these people. It could be anyone, it could be your coworkers, your friends, whoever it is. So always watch your energy after you actually leave this hangout and see if you actually feel drained and you don't feel fulfilled enough من بعد this outing. That means something is off and you need to like watch your back and you need to just take your energy back. It's very important sometimes to spend time alone. Just basically think about the decisions you've made, your mistakes, and how you're going to learn from these mistakes, because I truly believe that everyone does mistakes. Take accountability and responsibility for your mistakes. Because the issue is like nowadays, a lot of people, they have like a lot of pride and they think that if they admit that they're wrong, that means their level is gonna go down. بس بالعكس أنا I believe إنه learning from your mistake as a person shows how mature you are and how much you want to grow as a person. The reality is that not everyone is gonna like you, unfortunately. And I feel like a lot of times the people you surround yourself with can take away the light away from you. There was a phase in my life where I noticed that certain people like I surround myself with All they do is, for example, talk about other people and they talk about their own friends. So I started realizing that the conversation is not making me grow as a person. It's not teaching me anything. It's not paying my bills. It's not helping me with anything at all in my life. A lot of times, our thoughts are not our own thoughts and they're influenced by other people's opinions and thoughts. What I mean by that is that I don't know if you ever noticed that you're having a certain thought in your mind, but then you just, you're like, that's not me. That's not my thought. That's not what I think. That's not me as a person. That's because a lot of times we sit with people, whether it's at work, at home, our friends, the people you surround yourself with, and you sit with them and then they feed these thoughts into your brain. It could be anything. They could be talking about others. They could be like sharing some ideas that you do not necessarily agree with. You feel the need to just agree with it. You start becoming like a follower rather than like having your own thoughts. And this happens a lot of times. It happened with me like so many times whereby I was surrounded by like a certain person whereby I know very well like my type of personality. Like I'm a very free spirit, and I could care less about what someone else is doing in their life. And then I would notice like this person is like giving a certain opinion, and then you would be in a like position where you're like have to like technically not agree or like just say nothing, but you're just like you feel like this person is taking some energy away from you. So it's very important to know who you surround yourself with. Follow your gut feeling. If you feel a certain way about someone, that means there is a reason why you're feeling this type of way. If you hang out with a person and then you feel like their energy is not matching your energy, then just like back off. Don't force this energy, because a lot of time these people have probably trauma, have a lot of things they're going through, and then you guys are in the same space. If you feel this type of way, I'd say like every time, to protect your energy, you need to like try to like connect with God, try to like pray. We're living a life where we're all very busy. Life is so fast. Life goes on so fast. We all have like, we all have work, we have things we're doing in our lives. A lot of times we just like ignore our emotions and how we feel because they don't sit down with themselves. They don't try to like understand where this is coming from. And then they project these on other people that are literally trying their best to like be the best versions of themselves. So it's very important to focus on your own self and your own path of life. Every one of us has a vision, and I truly believe that every one of us in this world have a superpower, but we just don't know a lot about it. A lot of people discover this at a younger age. Other people discover it later on with time. Many times when you're like around others, you're gonna have a certain vision for yourself, but they would not understand it. And that's fine. As long as you are able to believe in yourself and your own vision, that's what matters. Because at the end of the day, we all have different stories and different path in life. Thank God, like I'm blessed with like good people in my life, and I have good friends, and I'm surrounded by good people. And no matter how many like close friends you have, you're still gonna be exposed to other people in life, and that's only normal, especially when you're like, on the move all the time. And it's crazy how like you see that a lot of times other people really like do not wish you well. Most people who are like this, if they were already fulfilled within themselves, they wouldn't act like this on others. Most people who are like successful and they're like busy in their lives, they do not have time to judge others. They don't have time to see what others are doing. Competition is good. I'm not saying no. It's very good to like want more, but not in a way where like you wish bad for others and you just like don't want to like also try to like see other people's visions. I think that the world would be a better place if we as humans come together. So I want to talk about this story of this young girl that was in the kitchen with her mother. So her mother was like cooking, and she was cutting the fish into half, putting half in one pot and the other half in another pot. So the younger goes like asking her mom, "Why do you always cut the fish into half and separate them into two pots?" So the mother answered, she's like, "I don't know why I do that." And then they went to ask the mother of the mother, which is the grandma of the small girl. She also answered, "I'm not really sure why I do that, but I still do it." And then I don't know how the mother of the grandmother was still alive. So they also went to ask her the same question. So they went to ask her, and she's like, well, I used to do that because the pot was not big enough at our time, back in the days. It wasn't big enough. So I had no choice and I had to like cut it into half and separate them. So imagine 3 generation backs, it was more convenient for them to like, it was for the grandmother to do that. But now the mother didn't have to do that because her pot was big enough, had enough space for the whole fish to fit in. If someone else is doing it, that doesn't mean you have to do it because you don't have a reason to do that. So if you don't know the reason why you're doing it, then you shouldn't do it in the first place, because a lot of times we just do things because we think, oh, someone else is doing them. Someone else said this. Oh, I'm going to agree with it. I'm also going to agree with this person's opinion. No, you have to be your own leader. You have to make your own decisions, your own choices, and know why you're doing this. If you do not agree with someone, I do not agree. So what? Like, what's going to happen? Everyone has their own opinion, and don't be scared to say it out loud, because you don't have to be like everyone else. Like, you literally do not have to be exactly the same as someone else or have the same opinion. I think that it will be a big lie to believe that everyone is fulfilled in their lives. Most people are not fully fulfilled with the lives they have. You have this very small percentage of people that know exactly like what they want and they truly believe in themselves. Because at the end of the day, not everyone is going to believe in you, and you're not going to make everyone believe in you or see your vision. So I really believe that also surrounding yourself with like the right people is very important. And there's this quote that I wanted to read by Oprah because she really inspires me a lot. And lately I've been like very addicted to her videos. And I really think that you should also, because these are the type of like podcast or like videos in general that you need to like be inspired with. Surround yourself only with people who are going to take you higher. This is a very simple quote, I know, and it sounds cliche, but it has a lot of meaning if you actually like look deep into it. So first I want to mention, thank God, like I have very like healthy friendships, and I'm very like grateful for all the friendships that I have. But obviously along the way we come across certain people. It doesn't have to be your friends. It could be people at work, your coworkers, or it could be like people you meet in your daily lives. So anyways, like I came across this girl and I started noticing that certain things that she would believe in or say started brushing off on me. Like, for example, she would talk about her friends and the way they like dress, and it wasn't in a it was very much judgmental. I noticed that in the beginning she tried to like portray this personality of her like being like very much independent. I'm this like, oh my god, like strong person, and that's me being real. And then later on I started noticing that this is not you being real, this is you being mean, talking about your friends. And I don't even like know your friends, you know what I mean? Like, and I don't even care to know about what they dress like, honestly. Could care less. So all these things at that moment, I literally did not realize that. I thought, I had a gut feeling because there were many signs about this person, but I just chose to ignore it. And sometimes when people tell you about them, believe them. This girl told me, oh, I have attitude and all of that. And I was like trying to see the good in her, but then later on, I realized that why am I trying to see the good in her when everything she's showing me is not that good? Again, I like don't wish anything bad on anyone, but I just like prefer to like keep my energy to myself, because I started noticing that every time we would spend time together, my energy would be drained. It's like, you see how a phone is. The more you keep on like using this phone, like the battery is going to go down. And that's actually how I felt. After we would have the time together, I would start realizing that I'm not really fulfilled. I'm not learning anything, you know what I mean? This doesn't feel like really genuine. Like, I don't like that. Obviously, like, we live in a world with like people with different personalities, so it's only normal for you to like be exposed to that. But you should like be able to choose the things that you want to hear and the things that you just don't want to be around. I think that life itself isn't comfortable. We were all put in a like in this world, like, we didn't choose to be here. If you think about it for a second, we're obviously very grateful to be here, but no, none of us chose to be here. And I think that us being here itself is a miracle. You being here right now is a miracle. Even if you think, oh no, whatever, trust me, like you being on this earth is a legit miracle. Most of us, unfortunately, we're like not 100% comfortable in this world. And people will like never agree 100% with what you say. Whatever you're gonna say, people will not agree. As long as you have a vision for yourself and you see like exactly where you want to be at, that's all that matters. I was very grateful that my friends celebrate my birthday, make a whole surprise for me, have like, you know, my family be there for me. And I was like, the other day, I was like scrolling on TikTok and I see this video. I don't remember what it was about exactly, but then I was reading the comment sections and then there was this person that says, oh, today is my birthday and I'm going to be celebrating it alone. I couldn't stop crying. I literally could not. This is something very small, I know, but like it still means a lot. And because we have it, we think that everyone does, but not everyone does have it. So I literally had to like, wish this person happy birthday in the comment section. I literally went on, I don't know who this person is. I don't care. I don't want to know. I don't know if this is a girl, a boy. They had like a random profile picture. It doesn't matter. But all I know is this was like a human being somewhere around the world. So I went up to the stranger and I texted them. I was like, happy birthday from a stranger to a stranger. And then they answered, thank you. Your message made me cry. Like, imagine how I felt at that moment. I was already crying, and this person, obviously, I wouldn't tell the person I was crying, but like I actually felt really bad. And I was like, how did you celebrate your birthday? Because I want to know. Like, I didn't just want to send a message, and I really wanted to know, like, if I could make an impact. If that person was in the same country, I was actually willing to like go and celebrate their birthday with them. And then they were like, I just got go eat pizza, one of my friends. That's all, but thank you. You're really a kind person. Like, oh, that's okay. Blah, blah, blah. And this person turns out to be from Serbia. Yeah. And they're like, you're so kind again. And yeah, and that's it. And I was really happy that I was able to make someone at least smile or not feel alone. You just don't understand how much things you say can impact someone else if they're not confident and if they're going through stuff already. Unfortunately, a lot of people, they like they're in certain careers that they feel like they don't belong in. Every person has a superpower, and if you discover it and you're able to do something you love, you'll never feel like you're working a single day. Right now, I'm experiencing something. I'm actually in a job. I do like it. Okay. And I really think it opens a lot of doors. It's a great experience for me and something not related to what I've ever imagined doing. And I know that not like not everything in life that you're gonna do is gonna be your like final destination. Like all should experience things, but I genuinely feel like I'm in a spot where I'm not doing what I like totally enjoy doing. You can't last in such jobs for so long. You're gonna learn a lot from them. You're gonna meet a lot of people, make connections, and all of that, but it's not gonna guide you to where you want. And I think if you're in this position right now, it's okay as long as you like work on what you want to achieve. Don't like give up on your dreams and just like settle for that and get in your comfort zone. It's very important to like challenge yourself. I like to challenge myself a lot. This was a challenge for me because um I'm not going to go into details, but I am someone that doesn't like anything related to like numbers, money. I like art. I'm not into like this whole logic thing. I don't like corporate jobs. At the same time, I want to like show myself that I can do this even though I'm afraid of this and I don't like this and it's like something that I always thought that I'm probably not perfectly enough for this, or good enough for that. And I did it. And it's good sometimes to challenge yourself. It doesn't have to be necessarily with work, it could be anything. Like maybe, for example, you just, I don't know, you just hate going to work out, for example. You hate working out, you just feel uncomfortable, you feel like you're not good enough for this and all of that. But you just wake up and you try every single day to work out and do something that, challenges you. So just know that you're not alone. If right now you're like facing anything or like in any situations where you don't feel totally comfortable in, it's okay. Right now, you might be in a situation where you're not necessarily in your dream job, you're not necessarily having this dream life, and the people you're surrounded with might be having a different vision than you, and they might see that that's how your life is and that's just how it's going to be like forever. As long as like you know that this is not my final destination, that's all that matters. If you want to be successful, you have to learn to not just listen to other people's opinion. People are going to have different opinions about your life. They're going to be very judgmental. Speaking of growth and spirituality, there's this quote I read the other day and it really inspired me. So I thought I would share it with you. Maybe it will also inspire someone. The most important spiritual growth doesn't happen when you're meditating or on a yoga mat. It happens in the midst of conflict, when you're frustrated, angry, or scared, and you're doing the same old thing, and you suddenly realize that you have a choice to do it differently. A lot of times, we're in a situation where we're doing something, we know it's wrong, our gut and intuition tells us what I'm doing is wrong, why am I doing this, but we're still doing it. And when you get to that point where you realize that I do not want to do this anymore, I want better for myself, my past, my childhood traumas, everything I've been through is not who I am, you take back your power and you give it to yourself. And that's when the game changes. That's when you literally stop taking the wrong decisions. You decide that I no longer want to do this anymore. I want to do better for myself. So, no matter what situation you're in right now, let's say you're in a job that you don't like, you're not passionate about it, you're probably in a toxic relationship and you want to get out of it. You know that you're in this situation, and at that moment, all you do is sit down and cry, and people are already moving on with their lives, but you're not. So the moment you just take back your power and decide, this is not my story, this is not where I want to be, that's when you actually become a winner. And that's when you take different decisions and you take action. It's very important to step up for yourself because trust me, no one literally will. Everyone is on their own path in life. No one cares. Everyone is like fighting their own battle. No one is gonna come and save your life. I need you guys to just always like believe in yourself and know that you can always do better. Many times when we're younger, like they ask us, what do you want to be when you grow up? Stop trying to pressure ourselves of, oh, what do you want to do? Or let's say you're in university. What's next? Over pressuring ourselves. I think maybe you would discover yourself at 25, maybe 30. But I'm pretty sure everyone in this life has a reason to be here and everyone is good at something. You just need to discover what is this. Just read inside of you and discover that. Personally, for me, I think that every job has its importance. Man that, helps us with the with cleaning and recycling the wastes, they literally have such an impact that we don't realize. Imagine these man decides tomorrow, I don't want to like take this, I don't want to like clean after people anymore. Like this helps us so much. Like the other day when I was throwing my waste in the garbage, I was like in our building we have this room where you just throw your garbage. So I was like thinking, oh my god, like I could not imagine myself like literally taking this from like strangers or whatever. So I thought about it that honestly every single job matters, and how much like even construction man that build our homes and all of that, we wouldn't have a home without them. Like they are doing such a good job by doing this, and I could not do this. Many people could not do this. It's not a job that everyone can do. Like this is it takes a lot from someone, and they get paid so little for what they do. They are the reasons why we live in our homes and we have a roof. Obviously, God is the the reason, but I mean like they they put in so much effort, and I think they should be more appreciated for their efforts the same way other people get recognized for what they do. As long as you make an impact on someone else's life and you try your best, that's all that matters. every small step you do daily is very important. Also, I want to mention something. I'm literally not an expert, so whatever I'm discussing right now is really coming from personal experience and thoughts that I always like have and I wanted to like share with other people. I'm not like expert on every single topic I'm speaking on, but I hope someone can relate, and if you have any experiences you want to share, please feel free to share them in the comment section. There's more topics I want to talk about. If there's anything specific you want me to also talk about, please let me know. And I was very happy to share my thoughts with you guys. Thank you very much. Bye. Do I start? Molly actually is my child. No, I'm just kidding.